going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Anthony, happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays to you. You have held in there as a bull throughout. I saw you working Twitter over the weekend, telling people not only to hold, but maybe Black Friday really was a Black Friday in terms of buying opportunity for folks. At the same time, people always thought this was supposed to be an inflation hedge and not correlated, and yet it seems to be. So I want to get your thoughts.
Yeah, thanks for having me back, guys. Andrew, before I came on, I was actually thinking, I think you and I started talking about Bitcoin. It was down around $3,000. And, we've kind of seen all this massive fluctuations in prices. So it's kind of crazy to look back over the last 3 years. But I think really what people need to understand here is this year, just in 2021, there's already been 6 drawdowns now of over 20%, one drawdown over 50%, one drawdown over 30%. This is obviously a volatile asset compared to legacy assets. Now, if you look at the historical volatility, a 12% drawdown in Bitcoin is equivalent to about a 1.7% drawdown in the S&P 500. So having a 24% drawdown in Bitcoin is equivalent of about 3.5% in the S&P. And so it's kind of par for the course, if you will. Now, the other point that I think is really important to understand is that Bitcoin is really the only last remaining free market. It really is the honest market, many people would describe it. And what you saw was Bitcoin sold off before the equity markets or others. And so what we're watching is a free market that trades 24/7, 365 by millions of people globally. And it serves as kind of a price indicator for how people are feeling about certain financial assets or markets.
Let's talk about some of the technicals, though. There seems to be some kind of, I don't know if it's a floor or resistance right around 53,000. That's been the sort of mark thus far. Curious how you think about that floor, if that is a floor, and also what you think about, dare I say, a ceiling in terms of directionally where we are now. There was a bit of bearishness, as you know, over the last week, even beyond the variant.
Yeah. So I think that there's a couple of different ways to look at, floor prices or kind of what is that lower band. One of the big things to keep watching is the realized price of Bitcoin. Basically, when a Bitcoin trades hands, what was the price last that traded hands at? That's still down around $20,000 or so. And if you look at how many people hold Bitcoin are in profit, right? So basically, wherever they bought Bitcoin, what that price was compared to now, it's about 90% of people are in profit. So we still got quite a bit of an error of margin, if you will, on the downside. Now, I still think, though, you've got a finite asset that the world is still waking up to and understanding that while we have undisciplined monetary and fiscal policy, I'm not selling my Bitcoin. There's millions of other people who aren't selling their Bitcoin, and demand continues to increase. Right. We just saw this morning that Invesco is going to launch an ETP with spot Bitcoin. And I think you're going to continue to see products like that come to market. Demand increases. You have a fixed supply asset. The U.S. dollar price has to move up over time to accommodate everyone.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And we saw just last Friday, CNBC said the variant is dropping cryptos and stocks. And then all of a sudden we have CME open Sunday night. And now Bitcoin and cryptos are resilient. We know the whole crypto space and stocks are manipulated by the Fed. They're making everything go up and down because they're buying everything. They're pumping trillions of dollars in the market and giving an illusion like someone's buying. But guys, those who understand finances, we are enjoying this. I'm not your financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But this has to be the easiest money that you can ever make in history. Because guys, you can clearly see the manipulation when you sit down and actually put in the homework. The Fed didn't lie about anything. Even from the start, they told the truth. What they're going to be buying and how they're going to buy it. And if you did a little research, you also know why they did this. And that's to build the fourth industrial revolution. Will robots, algorithms, and drones take humanity out the picture and the rise of the machine? Because we know, when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together, and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.